All right, guys. So today is what? Today is March 2nd, okay? And it is Tuesday and it is Crazy Hat Day, but it's also Dr. Seuss week. So this is why I'm wearing this beautiful hat here that you see me. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. It's a Dr. Seuss hat, okay? And then my shirt says, C is for Caraballo. Can you see it? Love it. All right. So today, I apologize for not being here yesterday. I had to take care of some stuff at home, but we are here today excited, right? Are you excited to be here? Excellent. I'm excited to see you. All right. So what happens when we don't know what we're doing? We go into Google Classroom. This is week 22, right? Today's objective, okay, if you look right here and you look at the week's objectives and you pull them up, we are still working on stem and leaf plots. We're working on dot plots and frequency tables, okay? So we're still working on the same objective that we can represent the data, and 4.9b is I can solve 1- and 2-step problems using whole numbers, decimals, and fractions from frequency tables, dot plots, stem and leaf plots. So el objetivo de esta semana solamente cambia un poco en el que vamos a estar resolviendo problemas de 1 y 2 pasos. ¿Ya hemos hecho eso? Sí, ¿verdad que sí? La semana pasada estuvimos trabajando en el libro de Think Up y estuvimos haciendo eso, ¿verdad que sí? Okay, perfecto. Okay, and then our objective for ALPS is I'll practice pronouncing new words so that others can understand me better, okay? Excuse me. So what does that mean? That means that here it's a safe environment. We don't laugh at each other, right? Because we're all learning, right? And so remember I told you, when did I learn to speak English? In 4th grade, right? And I did not care what I sounded like. I just tried it, and look at me today. I still make mistakes, but hey, I speak English, right? So you can too, all right? All right, so let's look at the agenda for this week. Yesterday, you worked on some stuff with the sub, right? You worked and you watched this video. Today, you have a vocabulary. Since we're not going to have time for vocabulary now, we will go ahead and skip that over and we'll watch it tomorrow, okay? All right, perfect. You sound so excited. So the first thing that we're going to do, since we have time, is let's go ahead and let's go into 4.9b and 5 and 8, 5, 6 of our fast focus. If you are at home, I know Jess Belize brought Gustavo, ¿verdad? ¿Tú le llevaste a Gustavo los papeles para practicar de esta semana? ¿Sí? No? Okay. All right, so yo te doy unos para que se lo deje a él. All right, let's change the view of our camera. Someone get the door for Francisco, please. So everybody should have their math folder out. Math folder. Go ahead and find your math folder. Math folder really quickly. Math folder. Okay. All right, guys. So this is what we're working on right now. We're going to work up on the warm-up. So if you're doing, if you were working on extra math, this is the time to put it away, okay? So you're done with extra math. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in so that you can see it at home and we can work on it together, okay? All right. Let me freeze it. You know how we do up here. Okay, it's frozen. Can everyone see that? Yes? All righty. So I have my camera here so we can work together on the board. So if you don't mind, Alison, can you turn off the lights? All right. So really quickly, okay, what does our first problem say? It says the dot plot shows, can you lower those window curtains? The dot plot shows how long it took 21 students to drink from a water fountain after recess. Each dot represents one student. So, el diagrama de puntos muestra cuánto tiempo le tomó a 21 estudiantes beber agua de una fuente después de receso. Cada estudiante es representado por qué? Por un punto, ¿verdad? All right, so how many seconds did it take? How many students took 9.5 seconds to drink water? ¿Cuántos estudiantes se tomaron 9.5 segundos para beber agua? 1. Okay. How many students took 8 seconds? ¿Cuántos se tardaron 8 segundos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 students, right? So it says here, how many students took more than 8 seconds to drink water at the fountain? Ahora nos está preguntando cuántos estudiantes se tomaron más de 8 segundos en beber agua. So, como estamos hablando de más de 8, no vamos a contar esta línea, ¿ok? ¿Qué vamos a contar entonces? What are we going to count? Okay, so let's count them together. So if you're turned around and you can't see the board, I want you to sit sideways like my friend. Push your chair to the side so that you can look at the board, okay? All right, so let's count together. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer is A, 7. Should you be writing this stuff on your paper? Yes. If you already did it, you should be correcting it and saying, oh my God, I'm so smart. All right, next. How many students took exactly 7, 8, and 9 seconds to drink water? ¿Cuántos estudiantes se tardaron exactamente 7, 8 y 9 segundos para beber agua de la fuente? ¿Cuántos? Ok, mi amiga Estrella dice 11. Vamos a contar. 1, cuente conmigo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is she correct? Yes. She is. And our answer is J. Oh my God. Why is this calling emergency? All right. Now let's look at the next problem right next to it, okay? What kind of diagram is this? What is this called? A frequency table. Excellent. All right. So it says here, the table shows the number of cupcakes and cookies that were sold at a bake sale during 4 days last week. La tabla muestra el número de los pastelitos y las galletas que se vendieron durante una venta de pasteles durante 4 días la semana pasada. ¿Cuántos pastelitos se vendieron el viernes? 33. ¿Cuántas galletas se vendieron el domingo? ¿Cuántas galletas se vendieron el domingo? 51. Sunday. Esto es jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. What is the total number of cupcakes and cookies that was sold on Saturday? In order for us to answer this problem, what do we have to do, guys? Yes, sir. Add what? So strategy would be, I would underline Saturday and then underline Saturday so that I don't make a mistake, okay? So una estrategia es que voy a buscar la palabra clave, me está pidiendo que el total, ¿qué orden de operación yo hago cuando tengo que hacer total? Sumar, excelente. So, ¿qué voy a sumar? 47 más 63, ¿verdad? Sumo 7 más 3 es 10, agrego 1, 4 más 6 es 10 más 1, 11. El total es B, 110. ¿Alguna pregunta hasta ahora? Does anyone have any questions so far? Any questions? Okay, let's move on. How many more cookies than cupcakes were sold during the 4 days of the sale? So how many steps is this problem? Yes, 2, right? So what do I have to do? ¿Qué es lo primero que voy a tener que hacer? La pregunta dice, ¿cuántos más galletas que pastelitos se vendieron los 4 días de la venta? ¿Cuántos pasos es esto? 2 pasos. ¿So qué tengo que hacer? Voy a sumar primero los pastelitos, voy a sumar después las galletas y ¿qué voy a hacer después? Y después voy a tener que restar esos números, ¿verdad que sí? All right, 7 más 3 es 10, 10 más 7 es 17, 17 más 2, 19, agrego el 1. 1 más 2 es 3, 3 más 3 es 6, 6 más 4 es 10 y 10 más 4, 14. El único despierto aquí es mi amigo Omar. ¿Ah? ¿Estamos despiertos? ¿Estamos aquí presentes? ¿O quieren que me vaya? Me voy entonces. Ok, 6 más 4, vamos, 6 más 4, 10 más 3, 13 más 1, 14, agrego el 1. 1 más 3, 4 más 5, 9, 9 más 6, 9 más 6, 15 y 15 más 5, 20. Ahora tengo mis totales. Tengo un total de 204 galletas que se vendieron en los 4 días. I have a total of 204 cookies that were sold in the 4 days. And I have a total of 149 cupcakes that were sold in the 4 days. What do I have to do next? ¿Qué voy a hacer próximo? ¿Qué voy a restar? ¿Verdad? Eso es lo que me iba a decir, Alison. ¿Qué voy a restar? Okay, so I'm going to put 204 and 149 to answer this problem. Can I subtract 4 minus 9?
No.
No, ma'am. So I have to deduct from here. This will become a 9 and this will become a 1. Okay? So 14 minus 9? 5. Right? And then I'm going to, in order for me to have a 9 there, I would have to borrow from here. So 9 minus 4 is? 5. So my answer is 55. Any questions so far? Do we have any questions, my people? All right, if we have no more questions, you should be writing how we got these answers, making sure that you do everything. And then I'm going to ask a volunteer to erase the board for me, please.
Can I erase it?
Yes, please. Thank you, sir. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Let's move on to the 2 problems in the bottom. Hold on. So my 2 problems in the bottom are here now, okay? We're going to work on this before we get started on our Envision, okay? So it says here, let me change the view of the camera so you can see your beautiful teacher today. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So it says here, the stem and leaf plot shows the number of minutes that 14 students were in the library this morning. So la tabla de tallo y hoja muestra el número de los minutos de 14 días en el cual los estudiantes fueron a la biblioteca. Okay? Hold on. Give me 1 second. So go ahead and get started on that really quickly. Go ahead and work on it. All right, so our key says that 1, the line in 5 represents what? 15, thank you. So this is our key right here, which says that 1, line in 0 is what? 10, exactly. So how many students were in the library more than 15 minutes? ¿Cuántos estudiantes estuvieron en la biblioteca más de 15 minutos? Yes, ma'am. 2. She says 2. Is that correct? Dígame, ¿qué tú tienes? Ella dice 2 estudiantes. ¿Cuántos estudiantes estuvieron más de 15 minutos? So, ella está correcta y le voy a decir por qué. Porque yo no voy a contar los 15 minutos porque la pregunta me dice más de 15 minutos. The question says more than 15 minutes. So I'm not going to count the student that spent 15. I'm going to count the one that spent 19 minutes and 30 minutes. So the answer is D, 2 minutes. Did any student spend 20 minutes? ¿Algún estudiante pasó 20 minutos? No, because there's no leaf. If you have a stem and no leaf, that means no one was there, okay? ¿Entendido? Okay, perfect. Let's move on. What is the difference between the greatest? That's a horrible copy. What is the difference between the greatest and the least number of minutes represented on the dot? On the plot. What? Yes, on the leaf plot, stem and leaf plot. What is the difference between the greatest and least number of minutes? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre el número más grande y el número más pequeño de minutos que son representados en el diagrama de tallo y hoja? Primero que nada, ¿cuál es el número más alto de minutos representado? What is the highest number? 30, right? So I have 30. And what is the least? So we're looking for greatest and least. So that was 2, okay? And then it's telling us what is the difference. When we see the difference, the keyword difference, what order of operation is that? Subtraction, excellent, all right? So I'm going to, can I take away 0 minus 2? No, so I have to borrow from my neighbor. That becomes a 2, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8, and I bring down the 2, and my answer is 8. The difference is 28 seconds from the greatest to the least amount of minutes. So la contestación es 28 segundos, que es la diferencia entre la cantidad mayor de minutos a la cantidad menor. Okay? Give me thumbs up if you understand. Okay, give me thumbs to the side if you're kind of iffy and you not sure of what we're doing. And then give me thumbs down if you're like, what is she talking about? Okay, excellent. Let's move on. Okay? The next one says, the dot plot shows the number of hours that the members of a wrestling team practiced last week. Each circle represents 2 members. Okay? So dice, el diagrama de puntos muestra el número de horas que cada miembro del equipo de wrestling, ¿cómo se dice wrestling? De lucha libre, practicaron la semana pasada. Cada círculo representa 2 miembros. ¿Qué representa cada círculo?
2 miembros.
And in English, 2 members, right? So then it says, tell me something. How many members spent 24 hours practicing? 24 hours.
1.
I only see 1 circle here, people. So it's only 1 student. Well, no, actually it's 2. Sorry. Yes, because what did we say? 1 circle means 2 members. So if you need to remember that, if I were you, I would do that. I would write that on my paper. So si usted no sabe, ¿viste qué fácil es uno cometer el error y confundirse? ¿Verdad? Now let me ask you something. Does your paper have half circles?
Yes.
So I'm assuming the half a circle means what? 1 member. So you know what? Make your own key. So a full circle means 2 members and half a circle means 1 member, correct? Is that important to know?
Yes.
So, haga su propia clave. Tiene un círculo que significa 2 miembros. Mitad del círculo significa 1 miembro. Y es importante usted tener su clave para poder contestar el resto de los problemas. Are we on the same page, people? All right, moving on. How many members of the team practice 22 hours or more? How many members of the team practice 22 hours or more? ¿Cuántos miembros del equipo practicaron 22 horas o más? ¿Voy a incluir 22 horas?
Yes.
Sí, porque dice including. How many members practice 22 hours or more? So 22 hours. So vamos a contar los estudiantes que practicaron 22 horas o más. So let's count together. Vamos a contar juntos. Everybody up here, all eyes on me. So let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16. So my answer is C, 16. All right, how many members of the team practice fewer than 23 hours? ¿Cuántos miembros del equipo practicaron menos de 23 horas? ¿Voy a contar los miembros que practicaron 23 horas? No. So, ¿qué voy a contar? Todo para acá, ¿verdad que sí? So, vamos a empezar a contar. Let's start counting right here. 2, 4, all eyes on me, and let's count together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, and 33. So my answer is J, 33. I'm going to give you a second to be able to finish that up, or you can pause the video and come back to it if you need more clarification. But we have to move on because I don't have a lot of time left, okay? So go ahead and, Omar, erase my board. And now we are moving on to page 843 in your Think Up book. Go ahead and put your book away. Your math folder away for now. All right, so we're going to work on the top part. We're going to work on it together, and then you are going to work on the rest. How about that? Which will be basically practice for you, okay? So we're gonna work on pages 1 through 4. I mean, not 1 through 4. We're working on your Envision Volume 2 book, page 843, okay? So in order for you to do this part of the video, you need to be prepared and have your Envision Volume 2 book, okay? All right, we're freezing that, and let's move on. Okay, can everybody see the board? Yes? All righty. So let's read the instructions really quickly. Everybody, all eyes on me. If you have a Spanish book, you're going to read along so that you can understand what I'm reading in English, okay? Entendimos? Okay? In 1 through 4, use the dot plot below. Where's my dot plot? Here, right? What are these dots represent? Giraffes, not people, because my title says giraffe heights. Would it be people? No. We're talking about what? The animal that's called a giraffe. Now, these numbers, what are they? What metric system? What did you say? Feet? Exactly. How many giraffes were 16 feet? ¿Cuántas jirafas fueron 16 pies? 2. How many of the giraffes are 14 feet tall? What's my answer? 2. Dos. What is the most common height of the giraffes? Most common. ¿Qué significa esto? ¿Cuál es la estatura más común de las jirafas? Yareli. What is it? Yes. So which one is it? Francisco. 15. So the most common is 15 feet. Why? Can you tell me why? Jonathan. Because it has the most amount of giraffes represented, right? ¿Tenías una pregunta, Marlon, o querías decir algo? ¿Qué ibas a decir? Okay, perfecto. How tall is the tallest of the giraffes, of these giraffes? ¿Qué es la estatura de las jirafas más altas? 18 feet. Very good. 18 feet. Do you remember that we talked about an outlier? Outlier. Do you remember what that means? The outlier is the number that it's not common, right? That is to the side. So 18 feet is uncommon because the most common heights were 14, 15, and 16. But the outlier was 18. It was not common. So el número afuera es el número que es la cantidad que no es común. 18 no es común, como puedes ver. Las estaturas comunes eran 14, 15 y 16, ¿ok? Y solamente dos jirafas midieron 18 pies, ¿ok? Is 18 feet an outlier? Yes, les acabo de explicar. Yes, because only 2 giraffes were that height. Y en español, sí, porque solamente 2 jirafas tenían esa estatura. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Well, cometí un error. Yo digo que sí, pero aparentemente no es un outlier. Dime.
17.
No. So there was nothing on 17. So el libro dice que no, porque 18 es similar a las otras. So es no, discúlpeme, no. Y vamos a dejarlo ahí, ¿ok? All right. In 5 through 6, refer to the data on the previous page. So we're going to look at the previous page. Vamos a mirar la página 842 para poder contestar esta pregunta. Mire las tablas en la página 842. ¿Puede verlo? Okay. So 842 is the page before. That's what you're looking for. The data on the page before. People, look right here. This is what you're looking for. So on page 842, okay, you have this chart that you need to look at to be able to answer 5 and 6. 5 says, explain how do you know that the lifespan of the bear is an outlier looking at the dot plot? Okay, so most of the animals, their lifespan was between 7 to 10 years, right? And then the black bear, how long does it live?
18 years.
18. So, nos está preguntando, léeme las 5 en español, por favor, Marlon. Alto, por favor. En la página 843. Ok, so, ¿cómo sabemos que es extremo? Look at the dot plot. Do you see the dot plot on page 842? Todo el mundo ve el diagrama de puntos en la página 842. Ese punto rojo a la derecha, ¿está sumamente despegado de los otros puntos? Sí, ok. So la contestación es, it is far away from the values of the other dot plots. It is far away from the value of the other dots. Está lejos del valor de los otros puntos. Okay? Quickly. And then the last one says, a mouse has an average lifespan of 2 years. If you included this information on the dot plot on the previous page, how would it affect the dot plot? Si un ratón tiene un tiempo de vida de 2 años y lo fuerzas a incluir en la información del diagrama de puntos en la página previa, ¿cómo afectaría la página previa? Francisco. Ok, so la página previa, ¿verdad? Comienza en ¿qué? En 5, ¿verdad? Si yo fuese a añadir la vida de los 2 años del ratón, ¿qué tengo que hacer? Estrella. So I would have to extend my dot plot to reflect a 2, right? In order for it to reflect the mouse, all right? So that's it, okay? So this concludes today's class. You are going to continue working on page 843, 844, and 845, all right? Do we understand each other? So if you have no questions, I'm going to stop the video here, okay? And if you are online, then you will just need to follow the agenda as follows, okay? Thank you.